Please let the Phillies have good pitching. Please let the Phillies have good pitching. Please let the Phillies have good pitching. Please.
Baseball is out of here.
Hello, folks. Today we'll be talking about the Phillies starting rotation on opening day through all year of 2021. Let's kick it off by starting with at number 1, Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola has averaged a 3.47 and a 1.16 WHIP for that, of saying, just make it easier, of coming into the MLB of those stats. Those are great stats of 3.46 ERA. That's great to have for an opening day starter, along with that 1.16 WHIP also for those hits. So that's also good for us. And he had a great year last season. And he's also a top 10 pitcher, folks. He's a top 10 pitcher in the MLB. I believe it. You believe it. Let's go with that, okay? So he's a great guy for us. All right, we're going to go number 2. Number 2, we have Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler has been a solid pitcher for us coming in from when we signed him from the New York Mets. Thanks, Mets. So we got him from the Mets, and he's been a great player for us of pitching. So I believe he's gonna turn it up a notch. I feel like he's gonna step it up, like getting into like top 20, top 15 conversation of the best pitcher, like top 15, top 20, like in that like the 15, 20 like list. That's where I think he'll be at. But he had a 2.96 ERA from the last season, and he averages a 3.7 ERA and a 1.28 WHIP for that. So I feel like he's going to be a great solid guy. Once again, take it like Nola. They're both going to be solid again. Number 3. This is where I feel like I think he could be a solid guy. I think he can turn it up a notch. And I have Zach Eflin. He had good stats of averaging a 3.97 ERA, that's under a 4, which is still good, folks. That's still good. And he's improving each year. If you look at his stats, he's improving of all his categories. He's been improving from his ERA, WHIP, and all other stuff. He's been improving from that. So I believe he can be a solid guy also this year for us. So those guys are solid guys again. The Phillies signed number 4, who I'm going to put at. Phillies signed him for a cheap deal. They didn't go after like the top aces like Trevor Bauer and trade for Yu Darvish. They didn't go after those guys. They went for the cheaper options. So at number 4, I have Matt Moore, starting pitcher for us. Now, he didn't play in the MLB recently. He played in Japan, and that's completely different from playing in Japan and the major leagues, because people say it's like the minor leagues in Japan. People say that, but it's completely different to me though. But he averaged a 2.61 ERA in Japan, along with a 1.12 WHIP there. But in his career average, he's averaged a 4.51 ERA and a 1.40 WHIP for that. So in my opinion, for Matt Moore, I feel like his best could be average, just like an average pitcher, but it could go a lot worse. So if he just stays like okay and doesn't end up like the Phillies bullpen last year, then I think we're okay with that. As long as he just doesn't struggle the whole year, just has an okay year, I think the Phillies can be fine with that. And finally, at number 5, the Phillies signed this guy, Chase Anderson, I have. So Chase Anderson had a horrible, terrible season last year of pitching. He had a 7.22 ERA and a 1.63 WHIP. So those numbers were horrible of him pitching last year. But his career, He's had a 4.06 ERA. That's okay. That's like average, along with a 1.28 WHIP. So on this guy, this is like Matt Moore again. Like he can be like he's average. He can be like best of average, but it could go a whole lot worse. Again, if Matt Moore and Chase Anderson both stay like okay, like I think we could like be okay with that. I feel like the Phillies will be fine with that. But again, those are my top five. Now, some of you might say of like Spencer Howard or Vince Velasquez might be like I could see like both of them getting into the five, but like I feel that Spencer Howard needs more development. So I think he's gonna be in like AAA still to continue and get more better and better. And by next season, he could probably go back to the fifth spot to like be a better pitcher, and we won't have Chase Anderson unless he does amazingly well, like a Trevor Bauer year. If he does that, then we won't be seeing Spencer Howard. But I feel that Spencer Howard still needs development, and Vince Velasquez, he wasn't like consistent. The only time he ever was good was when he beat the Mets a lot. That's fun. But yeah, just to recap, my predictions for the Phillies starting rotation this season is number 1, Aaron Nolan. Number 2, Zach Wheeler. Number 3, Zach Eflin. Number 4, Matt Moore. Number 5, Chase Anderson. Now, what I like about this rotation is from 1 to 3 are solid pitchers. Now, at 4 and 5, that's the questionable part where I think it's going to be mostly bad in that area. But it could change throughout the season of pitchers switching out or moving to the bullpen or coming out from the bullpen. Could all do that for a majority of like that could happen in the process. But let me hear what you guys think about my predictions. Do you think I was right? Do you think I was wrong? Let me hear your thoughts.
This ball is